Lewis Hamilton arrived at the Suzuka circuit, knowing how important this race was. After a difficult start to the season, a frustrating weekend in Australia, and a disqualification in China, he needed to turn things around. This was his moment, to prove what the partnership between him and Ferrari could really achieve. But what happened during qualifying shocked the whole team. It left Hamilton visibly upset, made the Ferrari engineers nervous, and brought back all the doubts about the problems of the SF25. Even though there is great hope in the team, the decisions being made around car setup are not delivering the results they need, the adjustments are not working, and qualifying in Japan exposed just how wrong things are going. The changes Ferrari made to the car's setup before the Japanese Grand Prix seemed small, but in Formula One, every detail makes a huge difference. After the penalty in China due to the car being too low, Ferrari decided to raise the height of the SF25 for the Suzuka weekend. They wanted to play it safe. But this safe choice came at a high price. By raising the car's height, Ferrari took away one of the SF25's few strengths, the aerodynamic downforce it generates when it runs close to the ground. This change made the car unstable and harder to drive, especially in fast corners. Suzuka is known for its high-speed turns, and with the car not behaving the way it should, Hamilton found himself struggling from the very first practice session. The setup changes affected Hamilton's confidence. He couldn't trust the car to do what he wanted, and in qualifying that became clear. He barely made it into Q3 and ended up only 8th on the grid, more than 0.6 of a second behind the front runners. For a driver like Hamilton, and her team like Ferrari, this was a disappointing result. After the session, Hamilton did not hide his frustration. He explained that the car's height is still causing big problems. They are running the car higher than they would like, because of what happened in Shanghai. But this is not a small adjustment. It's something that changed the entire balance of the car. Hamilton also revealed that he and the team took different directions when setting up the car. Sometimes this helps them learn new things, but this time it just made things worse. During qualifying, Hamilton complained of understeer. This means the car was slow to respond when turning into corners. That's especially bad at Suzuka, a track filled with fast-flowing curves. This forced Hamilton to ease off the throttle, making it impossible for him to push with confidence. To make matters worse, the car was also causing faster tire wear. Because of the raised ride height, the way the tires made contact with the track was affected. This caused the tires to overheat and lose grip too quickly. The SF25 has a very narrow window where it works well. If the setup is even slightly outside this window, performance drops off sharply. And that's exactly what happened. Hamilton admitted that he shares some responsibility, but he made it clear that he did not have a competitive car. This wasn't about driving errors, it was about the car's limitations. The most frustrating part was that the weekend had actually started on a hopeful note. Ferrari brought updates and changes that gave the team reason to be optimistic. But all of that was lost because of the decision to raise the car's height. Still, Hamilton remained optimistic about the race. He said that rain could work in his favor and that he enjoys driving in wet conditions. But starting from 8th place, he would need a strong start, a perfect strategy, and maybe even a bit of luck with the weather to make a difference. The real problem, however, is that Ferrari continues to make the same mistakes. The team still struggles to find the ideal setup. The car still lacks stability, and whenever it needs to adapt to different track conditions, it loses performance. Hamilton joined Ferrari with the dream of winning his 8th world title. But right now he needs patience. He needs a car that actually works. What is happening is more than just racing results. It's a story about a great driver facing a big challenge within one of the most historic teams in Formula One. Ferrari has the history, the passion, and the desire, but they're still not able to deliver a competitive car on a consistent basis. This moment in time reveals a lot. It's not just about speed, it's about legacy. Can Hamilton succeed where others have failed? Can he be the one to bring order to the chaos and lead Ferrari back to the top? That won't be easy. What we saw in Suzuka was just another example of how hard this journey is going to be. The problem with the car's height in Suzuka came from Ferrari trying to fix the mistake in China. But in doing so, they created a new problem. This shows that the team still doesn't fully understand how the SF25 behaves under different conditions. They are still learning, still testing, and still struggling. Despite all of this, Hamilton's behavior has been impressive. Since putting on the red suit of Ferrari, Hamilton has stayed calm, focused, and professional. Instead of pointing fingers, he has faced the challenges head-on. This kind of attitude is very valuable, especially in a team that is going through so much uncertainty. His maturity and strength could be exactly what Ferrari needs to find its way back to victory. In the middle of all this chaos, Hamilton is bringing a sense of stability, and in Formula One, that kind of leadership is worth a lot. We are only 4 races into the season. There is still a long calendar ahead, many different circuits, changing weather, and lots of opportunities for things to change. Ferrari is already working on new updates. They are focusing on improving the car's aerodynamics and adjusting the rear suspension. If these changes can solve the main problems of the SF25, especially the balance in high-speed corners, we might see real improvement in the coming races. But time in Formula One does not wait. While Ferrari works to fix its issues, Red Bull continues almost without mistakes. McLaren is growing stronger and more confident. Even teams that were not seen as contenders like Aston Martin and RB are showing that on the right day, they can steal important points. In this tight and competitive environment, Ferrari can't afford any more mistakes. The margin for error is small. If they want this partnership with Hamilton to be remembered as a great success, and not as a missed opportunity, they need to act fast. Every decision must now focus on performance. The time for caution is over. Now, it's time for action. When the lights go out on Sunday, this will be more than just a race, it will be a test of character. Ferrari must show that they have learned from their mistakes. They must show that they are ready to fight back with intelligence and precision. And Hamilton must turn his frustration into determination. He must use all of his experience to get the most out of a car that is still not good enough. This is not just about driving fast. It's about being strong, thinking clearly, and making smart decisions. That is what it takes to win in Formula One today. Ferrari needs to improve not only in the car's setup, but also in the way it approaches development. The strategy needs to be sharper. The team needs to be more united. And most of all, they need to start making the right choices when it counts the most. Looking back, the situation shows a worrying pattern. Ferrari made a mistake in China with the car being too low, and instead of correcting it carefully, they went to the other extreme in Japan. This is the kind of reactive decision-making that costs valuable performance. In this sport, balance is everything. It's not about making huge changes from one weekend to the next. It's about understanding the car and making precise adjustments. That's what top teams like Red Bull are doing, and that's why they keep winning. Hamilton came to Ferrari for a reason. He believed in the project. He wanted to be part of something special. But right now, it feels like he's fighting more against the car than his rivals. His feedback is clear. His frustration is visible. But he's not giving up. He's trying to guide the team, to teach them and to help them grow. That's the sign of a true champion. Even when the results aren't there, he's still doing everything he can to make things better. There's still hope, but the team needs to respond. They need to use the data from Suzuka and China to understand what went wrong. They need to find the right height for the car. They need to improve the balance and give Hamilton a car he can trust again. Only then can we expect better results. Only then can Ferrari dream of winning.